Hey guys, it's Queer here. Today I'll be reviewing another replay sent by KaevonDong. The reason why I'm choosing KaevonDong's, by the way, is because he's actually going to start finally using his voice while narrating his videos. So he used to just put text, and in my opinion, it's kind of a little bit hard to read and like pay attention to what he's doing at the same time because you're using basically all like the RAM that you have in your eyes. I don't know the attention that your eyes could do. So if you split up the attentions between hearing and seeing, it's a little bit easier on the brain. But of course, you know, he's a very good player, and this replay actually is going to show why. He's playing against a higher level character, and he can still do fine. So right into the battle. So he's going to start off with a slow push. He looks at the guy, he's like, oh god, level 5 fucking Han Solo, what level are his units? But he's only a level 5 hero, so it's not that bad. He's not facing a whole army of level 5 units. And in fact, having overall higher level units is better than having a higher level hero. So I'm going to take issue with this right here. I know he says I place my units together to draw out the AoE. The thing is, it doesn't actually have to be this close, and he wasted a lot of energy before. So if we go back like a couple seconds right here, so now that he put his sentry droid, okay, so right here, at this moment, he needs to put down some sort of unit, even if it's on the left side or right side. For example, he does have, whoops, that's not the one. He does have these two very cheap units. He could either put it very, very far in the back, like very far in the back of the map where he put the sentry droid, or he has the option to put it on the other lane just to cause a distraction on the enemy. Sometimes some enemies won't pay attention to this, but in this case, we don't know because he hasn't tried it. So it's good to test out your enemy with certain strategies to see how they react so you can counterplay them. So he's going to do this, and he's wasted a little bit of energy, but it's no big deal. So I want to put something very, very important here. After this push, he realized there's no way he could destroy this entire push. You see how many units there are here and how high level his hero is? There's no way he will be able to push that. So he just lets his unit die. He lets his units die so he can, you know, fight under his tower, and that's just going to help him win the trades overall. So he's going to go ahead and split push with the other unit. I do feel like he used his area of effect prematurely, but it's not that much prematurely. It's no big deal. So thinking about Boba Fett, you should always be focusing the leader, which he switches focus to pretty much. The reason why you always focus the enemy leader is because Boba Fett's passive deals damage to them, and the fact that is he's just not going to kill enough units before he can kill the leader. So you can see his MTV life steal split pushing. He backs up because he realizes he has to. He's going to put down more units to tank the tank. So very good play so far. He's done about the best he could possibly do. So he's going to go ahead and go there. He's going to jump back into the Wookiee. I'm sure he didn't need to jump in the Wookiee. He meant to poke the Wookiee, but he just messed up a little bit. He's focusing the hero. Good job. Doing a lot of focus on the hero. That's what you should be doing as Boba Fett. And he's just going to keep killing things. I want to take issue with this. It's like such a minor thing. There's no reason to actually use your skill on that unit. What you could have done is just lead him in a slight bit, like attack him twice or so till he's low on health, and then just run away. You didn't have to use your skill. So you could have saved your skill for the tower or something. So it's going to go ahead and go on this push. He put Blazeman down. Very good. He's going to get skilled in area of affected here. So right here, he decided to use his skill instead of protect his tower. Defense is so much more important than offense. If you could put your Sand Trooper down instead, or even use your, what is that called, Slave 1 on these units to save your tower, it would have been much better. But it's okay, it's just a small mistake. It's still very, very low and he got his tower in the end, so it's not too bad. Definitely good place though. So now that he's dead, also, big mistake by the other guy, he was tanking the Bladesman. I don't know if you saw that. He was literally tanking Bladesman right here. I'm going to pause. So right here, he's tanking Bladesman when his tower's right here. You should have ran back, let the tower do some damage, and use Han's ranged attacks to just, you know, go ahead and shoot it down. So he lost a little bit of health for no reason, but he does have a lot of health packs, so it's not that big of a deal. He's just forced to use a health pack, basically, is all it means. You're running in. I'm not sure why you didn't shoot those rebel troopers, but it's not a big deal. So for this one, he's going to place his tank for a fast push on the left side. It makes a lot of sense because... Good job. Oh, he put thank you at the end. I don't know if you guys saw that. I think he should have slow pushed this one personally, but it's okay that he fast pushed. But this is the most important part. Most likely his pushes would have failed no matter what he did. So fast pushing wasn't that big of a difference to slow pushing here. Because the only time you slow push is when you know you can overwhelm your enemy. And since you can't overwhelm a level 5 Han with higher level cards, there's just nothing you can do. So the fast push doesn't really make that big of a deal. So Han Solo decides to divert his attention. I actually want to take issue with that. since you know that you can overwhelm your enemy with your higher level cards, even though you might not be better, you can just overwhelm him. So the fact that he decided to go to this lane is actually bad. And he's just going to start taking the tower for no reason. So he's going to continue here. He's going to put his mine down and start shooting. Then again, like, I can see what he wanted to do, but you should let your units tank it first. But honestly, like, Han's pretty Boba Fett's mobile. You're not going to be able to just throw your units down and expect him to not react. Especially since you know your opponent has reacted a couple times before. You know they're aware. Also, really good placement here. Actually, it's already circled for me. So you see this, he put it down right before he died so that Han Solo could not rush in and easily take the tower. Very, very smart play. And the only issue I want to take here, it's such a minor thing, but it's not that minor. So what he could have done is place it even farther back. So I'm going to go ahead and go on the replay and then show exactly when he placed it and when he died. I'm going to get ready to pause. So he's about to die, he realizes it. So he decides to put it, I don't know if you can see on the mini-map, right here. So he put it on top of the tower. I can see why he put it down, but he should have been hovering for this a little bit earlier. And if he prepared just a little bit earlier, he could have gotten a little bit more of an advantage. Nothing too big though. So these rebel troopers won't be in the tower. No big deal. He's going to run in and tank it. Bad idea. He feels like he's a level 5 hero, so he can do a lot of crazy things. But the thing is, like, if you're a high level hero without high level units, it's not a good idea. I don't agree with the Slave 1, but it's not that big of a deal. I felt like he could have just put more units down to push the right side, but that's okay. Slave 1's okay, no big deal. Just a slight just a little bit of a waste of energy, so, you know. So what he does here, instead of going full, instead of trying to defend his tower, he does something very smart. He goes for the enemy tower. I don't know if you guys can see this. He's going for the enemy tower because he can't defend his own. His tower doesn't have enough health, and the Han Solo push has higher level units, so it's just going to be too hard for him to do it. So he's just going to play defense here and keep going. And this is how he won the game. Very, very smart. He took advantage of Han's tunnel visioning. So this is what happens when you want to overpower your opponent, but you don't pay attention to the map. If you invest all your units in one lane, you have to pay attention to the other lane and be prepared to at least drop 1 or 2 units to stop either a rocket trooper or an MTV light vehicle push. So for the MTV light vehicle push, you have to time it a little bit better, because if you want to use cheaper units to take out an MTV light vehicle, you have to use the power of your base tower. And that wasn't ever utilized, so I don't know if the Han Solo had the reaction times for that. He might have not been able to do that. So he just wasn't paying enough attention to his backdoor and just wanted to overwhelm his enemy and just completely destroy him. But if he wants to play it that way, he has to focus on one lane completely. So as you see here, he wants to brute force his way in, but the thing is you can't brute force your way in without your units. So he let all his units die and he didn't have anything to do. So what I suggest Han should have done here is either use his mine on Boba Fett to kill him, or like a sand trooper or something, but like he had to kill something that wasn't the tower because he just didn't have enough time. And the thing is, he wasn't losing at all either, so there's no reason for him to do such a risky move. So very well played by KaevonDong, and you know, relatively well played by Han Solo. He just needed to be a little bit more passive and cohesive with the strategies. Very uncohesive with what he wanted to do. He kind of just changed things on a whim, and he changed his plans. So, but the thing is, every time he did that, Boba Fett reacted to his change of plans. So the best thing he could have done was go with a stable strategy and hope that would work, especially since brute forcing doesn't work all the time. But he's probably used to brute forcing on lower level characters. But when you have something that's only slightly lower level than you can't brute force, but you still have a huge advantage regardless. So anyways, that's it for this replay analysis video. Thank you so much to KaevonDong, and check out his YouTube, man. He might actually, you know, finally speak in it. I'm curious to hear him because I don't know what he sounds like, but you know, we'll find out soon. So yeah, peace out, guys, and have a good one. Also, send me your replays and yeah, send me your replays and check out the subreddit because there's a lot of new stuff. And for patch 2.0, you guys should check that out. It's super fucking awesome. Anakin Skywalker, Yoda, Darth Maul, and General Grievous are all coming in with, you know, Ahsoka Toa. Wait, Ahsoka Toa? No, I think I'm pretty sure that's from Trigonometry. I don't know. There's a bunch of new shits coming out. And yeah, send me your replays so I can analyze them and help you become a better player and show other people how to become better players as well. So have a good one and peace out, y'all. And yeah, here.